So, I realised that this poem is only good tonight, and I couldn't just let it fade into obscurity, because I had so much fun writing it. So even though it didn't do particularly well at this evening's poetry slam, I thought I would share it with you here and now. 'Twas the night before the election, and all through Old Blighty, the pollsters were whirring, the Twitter bots fighting. The cameras were readied by the food banks with care, in hopes that a candidate soon would be there. Most Tories were nestled all snug in their beds, as visions of private health care danced in their heads. Lib Dems engaged in Schrodinger's polls, either winning or losing based on whose charts you chose. When out on the curb there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see if it was my car they were after. I opened the window, they were taking the piss, and yelled at the nutters, "Oi, what time do you call this?" The jaunt on the parking of these old money bozos made clear that they had parked on double yellows, when what had knocked over my Benz, it would seem, but a monolithic bus and a Tory spend team. With an incompetent driver so status quo, I knew with despair that it must be Bojo. Vapid as fog came promises galore. "It's not a pogrom," he shouted. "It's an old-fashioned war. On gays and disableds, on poors and victims, on migrants, on students, on women and children. To the top of Grenfell, to all the splintered kingdom. Now crash away, get Brexit done." And then, on the street came an old-fashioned sleigh, the driver whipping children that got in the way. When the entourage came to a stop, horse tamping its hoof, out stepped a man, so proud and aloof. He wore a top hat like a Victorian crook, and his clothes were all furnished with cash that he took. I asked Jacob why he'd hold us all ransom, and he looked like a toddler, throwing a tantrum. His eyes, how they narrowed. His insults so quaint. And then he left for his green bench, as he felt rather faint. Drama gone, it was brass tacks again, so I posed the same question to our dear PM. A litany of lies poured from twixt his teeth. What a load of bullshit! Good grief! He was shabby and slumped, a real eaten mess, and I laughed when I heard him, despite our distress. Changing tack, I showed him on my mobile, a slideshow documenting austerity vile. Averting his eyes, talking points full steam ahead, dude gave me the willies, an existential dread. He answered no questions, but went straight in the fridge, and I back inside as I missed sleep a smidge. Hands in my pockets, I let out a groan as I realized that he still had my phone. He sprang to his bus, dodging a milkshake, and away they all flew, tweeting news that was fake. But I heard his slurred yell as he lurched out of sight. "Jeremy Corbyn's an anti-Semite!" Thank you.